Ghost husband tells 10-yo he's leaving us via text, without my knowledge. Husband ghosted. Because he claimed he is treated poorly after becoming upset that cream cake was left out of the freezer during our 10-yo son's B-day. He's been gone to his mommy's house for 24 days. I took kiddos to the beach for a therapeutic change of scenery, during which time he realized we had left town for some R&R. He has only attempted to contact me once, 4 days ago late that night at the beach condo. I didn't want to read his message or react, so I did nothing. I was not in the frame of mind to speak on demand. He has hurt myself and the children doing this several times over the past year. He is often irrational and easily enraged. He is fragile and the slightest misstep on my part usually sets him off. But when he's himself, so to speak, he is beyond amazing. We love him. Our youngest adores him unconditionally. The issue? He was in an MVA yesterday, allegedly, but was unwilling to confirm his condition to us, and his mother was partially unsympathetic and refused to tell us his status. My son kept texting to see if his dad is okay, to no avail. This afternoon, I came home to our 10-yo son completely deflated because his dad had just sent him a text telling him he was leaving us because he, husband, and I are no longer going to be together, and then invited him to call him anytime, but never text, because he won't believe it is him and not me. I was at work, without knowledge that this was happening. My son is crushed. I am crushed, but unsurprised due to his frequent Houdini acts, except the text part. The rationale behind it appears to be utter indifference. You know, you hear about people breaking up via text, but this is the first time I've ever heard of a man breaking up with the wife, via the child, via text. My son's eyes seem to have lost all innocence in one fell swoop, particularly after feeling he had to break the news to me. I am astonished at the method, and unsure of what on earth to even make of all of this. Thoughts appreciated. I'm so sorry. Save copies of the texts and document everything. Go see a lawyer about filing for custody and support right away. If he is this immature and won't communicate with you, you can't trust him to cooperate and you're best to protect your rights. You know, since you ate his wife, you legally have the right to call the hospital for updates on his condition. You don't have to deal with his mother. Are you sure it was him texting Yal's son or could be his mother? Your husband seems either very mentally unstable or checked out emotionally. Is couples counseling possible? Do you just want to end the relationship? MVA motor vehicle accident. Okay. Your marriage is over. That's the end of that. He can't come back anymore. You have to firm up your heart and protect that little baby from this emotional manipulator. This is over now. Wow, wow, wow. This a new level of cowardness. Sounds like you are better off without him. I'd be doubtful that he even means it, to be honest, if this running away is something he does regularly. He's trying to up the ante because you've raised the stakes yourself by taking a trip away. That would have had him shit scared. Call his bluff. You shouldn't have to put up with this immature treatment every time there's a minor disagreement. And stooping to involve an innocent child in his games is a whole new low. Time to visit a lawyer and protect yourself and kids. One other thought. Your husband has shown his hand in one respect, with the text thing. He doesn't trust you. This says he's decided in his mind that you're the bad guy, the enemy. He's going to attribute evil motives and intent to you, and blame you for things that you would never even dream of. It'll help if you recognize this right now. He doesn't know you anymore. The real you is a stranger to him, replaced by his impression of your worst attributes. Try not to take it personally. Your real, best self is for you, your son, your friends, and your future. Your now ex can't see it anymore. Holy shit, what a man-child. Divorce his ass. Is your husband bipolar or something like that? Has he seen some sort of professional help in regards to getting his mental health evaluated? This guy sounds mentally unwell. To do that to your child is cruel. It sounds like you and your son will be better off without him. Good luck. Get to a lawyer ASAP and screenshot every text because that's the reason he no longer wants to communicate via text, and I believe there are apps that you can install to record calls, as long as it's legal for one person party consent to record where you are. He's done this before and now, and will do it again, so when he wants to try and get custody of your kid, you will have all the proof you need to get full custody. He's very unstable and you is encouraging his behavior. I really don't know why you want to stay with someone like that. But I digress. I wish you all the luck in the world op. You come across like you're trying to belittle him for being at his mummy's. This could be the reason he told your son so that he could relay it to you. Grown men don't just walk away from their family of 10 years without there being issues, and unfortunately if he is already in the frame of mind that it's over, then couples counseling will do little good. Not an attack, just an observation. Edit. Reading your replies to others has given more information than your initial post. Is he suffering from mental illness? Because that would explain the issues. All of this is, of course, just my opinion. Your husband LOOOOOOVES the drama. If there isn't any, he'll create some, no matter who it hurts. He needs someone in his life to be losing their shit over him at all times. You get to decide what you want to do from here on out, but if I were you, I'd be making plans for what I want out of my life, and my life with the kids, and most emphatically not our life together, because I doubt it could ever be happy or pleasant. His complete indifference to traumatizing a 10-year for life is appalling and unforgivable. It's sad to read some of the comments here, saying your husband is an asshole for what he does to you. I seriously believe he is bipolar, and that is a sickness. Sure, what he does to you is not nice, but what if he's so sick he can't help it? It sounds like a patient I heard of that also had episodes of running away and not telling the family. She's bipolar and is now functioning because of better medication. I'm so sorry that you're going through this. Maybe you have to evaluate your life together and come to a conclusion whether or not you're able or willing to stay and help him through this, if he's able to, or move on and divorce him if he's not able to acknowledge his condition. But yeah, he needs to get diagnosed and get some professional help. What a mess. You need to sort yourself out. But you're probably better if without this loser. Has his erratic behavior only been in the past year? It sounds like he could have a mental illness, hence the paranoia. Not to excuse his jerk behavior, but if he's not usually like this, it might be worth a shot to go to couples counseling and get him on meds to stabilize him. Your husband is a sick man to do this to his kids. Divorce him and do everyone a favor. He doesn't deserve y'all telling you your marriage is over through your child. What a POS. Poor kid is gonna think it's his fault for years. Have you looked into underlying mental disorders? If this is new behavior, like, within the past year, I would seriously wonder if he's mentally ill. He sounds incredibly erratic. If you have a good relationship with his mum, I would recommend talking to her about his behavior, any past diagnosis he may have, and if she's seen any strange behavior from him. If so, he needs to be medically examined. If he's just a massive dickhead, then let him go. He's not only damaging your life but your kids' lives too. Hey op, just a side note. If this was a suddenly change in personality, I'd recommend he get a checkup. Things like brain tumors or even untreated UTIs can cause aggressive personality changes in otherwise wonderful people. How to lose a custody case before it even starts. 101. Use the kids as a weapon. My aunt was diagnosed with a brain tumor after a car accident, and I assume she displayed some confusion. Prior to this, my grandmother kept complaining about my aunt's odd behavior. I also know a fairly young dad that became abusive to his son and wife after a stroke. Just mentioning this because, although it's unlikely, it's important to rule out organic causes for erratic behavior. Your husband have some mental health issues. It's not normal, neither acceptable the way he treats both of you. Please let him go if he doesn't seek for help. It's over. File for divorce, and since he abandoned the family, seek to keep the house. Him texting his plans to a 10-year-old is immature and looking to start drama. He's done. Your kids need stability, and from your comments, this is not the first time he's disappeared for weeks. You need to file for divorce and go for CS. You mentioned that he's done this a few times in the past year. Past the first one, why let him back to cause emotional trauma for your kids? Someone who is fair weather father is a garbage person. Your kids don't deserve this. ... You know, I always try to look at everyone's perspective. However, unless you are just fucking abusive towards your husband to the point that he is completely terrified to speak to you directly, I can only say that your husband is both incredibly immature and emotionally unsound, and likely needs both an ass whooping and a lot of therapy. Run up to him. Bang on his door and face him. Ask what the fuck is going on. This is not just about you two, but also about your children's. He is childish, running away from his problems. Man TF up and face reality. However, it sounds like he has very personal issues with himself. Listen to him, but also make yourself very clear. Know what you want. Think about multiple scenarios. Prepare yourself. What do you want? What foe you want to do? I like taking a central point of view normally because there's oftentimes not enough information to really side one way or the other, but there's no way I can fathom anyone doing this. WTF. Don't get me wrong. Part of me wonders if there's anything Op says or acts out towards the soon-to-be ex that makes him feel like he's so mistreated, but honestly, even then it screams someone that's so fragile and needs help, badly. I feel bad that I can't think of any actual advice, but I support the other people's suggestions here, to check with a lawyer, and document everything. It really seems like this man cannot be trusted, but I feel terrible about the kids. You need to be very careful for your children now. You have been emotionally manipulated and so have they. You need to take control of the situation so he doesn't hurt you or them further with his hot and cold techniques. Has your husband got a brain tumor? He's all over the place. Too weird. Read the book, Why Does He Do That? And you'll see many abusive behaviors pointed out, that I am noticing in your post. I'd say cut and run. This won't get better. That guy needs to go to a psychiatrist and some serious help. I'm so sorry for the trouble his very obvious mental health issues have caused for you and your children. Please protect your children. Living in this volatile environment is not good for them. They deserve a mother who will protect him from this instability. I know firsthand the lifelong consequences of not being protected from a stepfather who was a monster. I am sorry that you don't want to end your marriage, but if you decide to stay with him, maybe you can send your children someplace safe. Aha, I wish I could go to a beach condo for some R&R when I have a slight amount of stress. A lack of empathy typically indicates infidelity. I wouldn't be surprised if his mother was just covering for him to stay with the other woman, as his outbursts are clearly motivated by something else. Divorce this idiot and focus on your kids. I see something in first paragraph. My English is not so good, but I think I understand context very well. You use the word, mommy, and I think it is indicators of you not show him respect. You must think about how to manage marriage. In Latin, family is everything. Our life is our family. In Cuba it was even more so. You marry to him and he is your family. His mother is his family and now is your family. You cannot show her respect. If you not respecting to him, you not respecting to her, and the same if you not respecting to her. Family dynamics may differ from country to country. Human emotion do not. You not loyal to your husband and ruin marriage. Your husband sounds mentally ill. Has he always been so? You know. Hot and cold, unpredictable, awful. Whoa. I spent way too much time trying to figure out why and in what manner he ate his wife. Wow. I'm so sorry. What a jerk. Get an attorney and protect yourself and your babies. Your husband will eventually get treated the way he has treated you all. Sounds like emotional blackmail and attention seeking to me. He's wanting a reaction out of you, and because you haven't given him one, he's now doing it to the kids. He is mentally unstable, maybe narcissist. I have been in a previous relationship that was mentally abusive like this. Everything was a game to get a reaction out of me. For some reason he loved the attention even if it was negative. Don't let him abuse you or your children this way. Stay strong and walk away with your head held high. Don't be his emotional punching bag. Sounds as well like his mum is the same. This freaking sucks. On so many levels. Putting a kid in that position. Hell no. This is the time to get your ducks in a row. Any thoughts about, he just needs time, or, we can work this out, need to get put on the back burner and legal options need to be explored. Talk to a lawyer. Save any and all texts from him. Check recording laws where you're at and start recording all interactions with him. At the very least, the legal separation process should probably be started to protect your kids and yourself. Any of the relationship-saving stuff, if there is any, can happen after you have your ducks in a row. I am so sorry you and your son are going through this. If he is mentally unstable, just know you can't and you shouldn't kill yourself to try to be there for him. His battle with instability should not make you put your life in pause, or break your little boy's heart. I am so sorry you're going through this. In time, it may turn out to be a blessing in disguise. It's good this man baby is going back to mommy. Sounds like she needs to finish raising him. I'm sorry. You'll get plenty of advice here, so I just want to say your soon-to-be ex-husband is a spineless coward to do that. Good riddance to the man baby. My ex's sister-in-law did that to her daughter on her birthday. Didn't say goodbye or anything. Waited until we were all out at my ex's mother's for the party and left a fucking note for her daughter, husband and son that she dipped back to her family and she'd be in contact soon. Wow, I'm so sorry this happened to you. I'm also really glad you're rid of this ridiculous man, utterly unfit to be your husband. Good riddance. I don't have any advice, but I just wanted I am so sorry heart try and reach out to trusted loved ones and or professional help to deal with all of this. I'm so sorry. I hope you will find peace soon. The slightest misstep on my part usually sets him off. But when he's himself, both the good parts and the horrible parts are him. Get your kid to a therapist. Might need to shop some to find a good one. Get yourself one, too. Even if this horrible asshole method breakup doesn't take, y'all need help and support right now. Do call a divorce attorney, too.